Okay, a lot of you don't have graph paper, so if you want to plot a graph for our calibration graph, we're going to be doing this on Monday. We'll be setting up known concentrations. In this case, they've quoted their concentration as milligrams per litre, and we'll be putting it in UV-vis spectrophotometer to measure the absorbance. Then I'll give you an unknown, and you use your graph to work out the concentration of the unknown. So if you've got Excel, you can plot graphs. So we just need our x-axis is whatever you have set up is always the x-axis. So in this case, we have made up the concentration of mercury for this example, which is in your textbook. So you're going to put all the numbers under here. You notice that this box has spread out. If you want the box to the heading to fit on the column, then you just wrap the text. And if you want to make it so you can read it nicely, you can make it bigger. You could also highlight it if you wanted to. If you want to highlight anything in the box, you actually have to highlight it up here. So every box, it's actually written up there. So you highlight the box and you can make it smaller if you like, the writing. Yep. So whatever you want to do with the box. We want to put the concentrations in. So we've got 1 milligram per litre. You notice it's not putting the decimal. If you wanted to put the decimal in, then you can go to numbers. This here is like a fast version. You can click on numbers and you get all of the options. So it's general. Normally, I've been playing around with this before. Click on number, and it's got no decimal place. If you want a decimal place, let's just have 1 decimal place. Okay. I didn't highlight all the boxes that I want this to happen in, so if I put 2 here, it'll be exactly the same. So if you want a whole lot of boxes to have the same idea, then you hold this little thing highlights all of them, and you can fix it for all of them. Okay, so I should have done that one as well. All right. You can just type them all in, but if you've got a whole lot of things, if you hold your mouse down and highlight both of them, and then click this and pull it down, then it will follow the pattern of the first 2. All right, so then we've got absorbance. That's our y-axis. Absorbance. I'll just make this box, this column a little bit bigger, put the numbers in. So 0.026. Just be careful when you put any number with a 0 after that decimal. If you move it too many times in different calculations, a classic mistake is that people, whoops, don't do what I've done. I've done two zeros. Quite often people will leave that 0 off. Or if you get used to the pattern, you might put a 0 in here when it really shouldn't be a 0. Okay. I forgot, got an extra number there. Okay, so we want to plot a graph. So just hold your mouse down and move it to highlight everything. And then we're going to insert up here. So there's a whole lot of things you can do. Insert, all of these different things you could insert. We want to insert a graph. So on here, if you just click on this, the little box in the corner, it will give you all the different sorts of options. We don't want a bar graph because there will be numbers between 1 milligram of absorbance, 1 milligram and 2 milligrams, so we want a continuous one. So that one looks okay. It's got some lines on it which we could add to. We'll go okay. Okay, so that gives you your graph. To get this and put it on to your homework or whatever, you need to snip it out. Okay, you notice when it's clicked on, you've got all of these things down the side, so we can add things to it. So you could add axis titles. So if I go to here, I get the horizontal axis. So if I click on that, I can write in whatever that is. So the x-axis was our concentration, because we measured concentration in milligrams. Milligrams. So you always need to put the units in. What is your concentration measured in? So we can click on it again and do the other axis. And this is absorbance. Whoops. Oh, select it. And then you can just move the backspace, get rid of it. Backspace, absorbance. Okay, so I might want to do a title. It's got a title, but we could add a bit more information. So concentration, mercury versus absorbance. Change the title, click on it again. Every time you click on it, this box has come up. Okay, so you might want to have more grid lines. So if we click on it and go onto here and down to grid lines again, if we look at this, you can see that it's making, when I click on that and on that, it's making more lines. So if we wanted to see it a bit bigger, you can see those extra lines. So you can read between these values. And it's also put more spaces between them. Okay, I think that's probably good enough for the graph. If you actually wanted to read it straight on here, so when it's got that arrows going in two directions, if you click on it, you can move it around. So if we want to put our sample line on, it's 0.036. So up here, we can add, insert lines, insert things. So insert shapes is a useful thing to use. So we want to put it at 0.36. So we've got 0.2, so there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 between this and this. So 5 into what is 0.02 would be 0.04. So 0.004. So this would be 0.024, 0.028, 0.032, 0.036, and then 0.04. Okay, and we want to do 0.036. So 0.036 would be from here across to here. And then if I insert another line, it would be from here, oops, down to here. These gaps are, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this would be 1.4 milligrams per litre. Okay, that's our sample.